I always say that to get out of your head, this logic jail, like we're saying, this box where it's just you and your ego having a conversation, and your ego, it's like the barking dog. It's amazing, a great companion to keep you safe, and that's about it. But we allow it to dictate how we're running our days and running our lives when we really should be heart-led, because your heart is your true guidance system.
Welcome to the Just Do It podcast, hosted by Anne Duffy. Dental Entrepreneur Women is here to dive deep and share stories with the mission to inspire, highlight, empower, and connect all women in dentistry.
All righty. Hello, everybody. It's Anne Duffy, and welcome to the Just Do It podcast. I am so happy you're here with me today. Someone I've been stalking on all the social media for years. I met you at Smiles to See a couple of years ago. We had a great connection. You're down the highway from me in Charleston, South Carolina. But before I introduce you, I want to tell our listeners a little bit about you. Dr. Jessica Emery is a cosmetic dentist turned multi-passionate entrepreneur, speaker, and business mentor who helps women build businesses and lives they're truly obsessed with. After selling her fee-for-service cosmetic dental practice, Jessica dove headfirst into the online space, combining her love for branding, marketing, mindset, and manifestation to launch Happy CEO, a heart-led movement designed to support women in business as they rise into their next level. Please help me welcome Dr. Jessica Emery. Hey, Jessica.
Hey. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. So excited for this conversation.
I am so excited too, because I loved reading your bio, because that is you. And the fact that you were a clinical practitioner, and I think it was Chicago. Is that right?
Yes. I never planned on leaving either. I loved it. I loved my practice. It was by design. It was my dream practice. And I could have never dreamed that I would be where I am now, but it is a dream still.
It is a dream. I will say this, and we're going to talk a little bit about your strengths, but your strengths line up with you looking forward. Mm-hmm. And I think that even as an activator, you look forward and you see something, the next thing, and you see how you can, oh my God, let's go over this. I mean, we based everything when I started on love and strength finders, because I took it 18 years ago. It changed my life, changed our family's life, because we took it with our family. And I believe that the strengths are literally God-given in the womb, so he knows what we're meant to do. And when I look at your strengths, futuristic, maximizer, activator, positivity, and strategic, I'm really happy that you have gone out of your practice, that little box, because you are really meant for really big things, Jessica. I mean, those are so strong as a coach to, again, the happy CEO. I could see so many women in our industry, in our community, that are CEOs because we made ourselves CEO. And we talked a little bit about, men are, running the world as far as the CEO, unless you start your own business and make yourself the CEO.
Yes. And I have two plays on that. CEO is be the chief executive officer of your life and your business, right? To lead with love, like we were just saying. And also creator energy overflow, like CEO, because we are all creators here. Oh. And that's what so many of us, when we're in that box, forget. We're limitless creators.
And I think it's intuitively feminine. Because women are creative. And if there's a problem, I do believe that we will find a creative way to solve it. No matter if we have two sticks and a piece of paper, we're going to figure that out. Say more about that. Creative energies. Talk about that.
Yes. Creative energy overflow. So as creators, we come out of the womb as creators. Everything around us right now, absolutely everything comes from the imagination, right? That has been created. So as energy beings that we are, of light, like we can bring anything into existence with an idea and bring it into matter. But so many ideas they say the graveyard is the most expensive place, right? Because dreams go to die there because so many people don't take action. So for me, I've always been someone that listens to that inner GPS, that inner wisdom and intuition, which I feel like so many women today, especially in dentistry, are offline with because of old programming of just like living in the box and being told, you're this, that, you need to do more. The masculine paradigm. They've lost the connection to the feminine, which we need both. But we are, and I was one of them, really living in that masculine, it's never enough. Fortunately, I still had that little bit of that connection with that inner knowing to just say, I'm a yes girl. So that feels good in my body. Yes, we move. Yes, thank you, frequency.
Yeah.
Or yes, next. Because when you move with that, the universe, God, source, consciousness, whatever you believe in, will always create that path for you moving forward and just open it up. And aren't we here to live bigger, greater, vaster lives, creating our lives with whatever our inner desires and wisdom are? Because I always say, what is in you is for you and must move through you. It wouldn't be within you. What's in me is not within you or anyone else. So I do want to help more women just kind of like turn that key to tap into that, because we are magic as women.
Yeah, what's possible. Basically, we say this, and so it reminds me, we say, I have other gifts. And that's a beautiful thing, and to love yourself. And I've seen a couple of clips from Sonia Dunbar about how she gives herself a hug every morning. We can't love anybody if we don't love ourselves. And I thought, oh, guys, everybody should watch that clip before your feet touch the ground every day.
Yes.
And then I've seen a couple other clips, like I'd be in bed all day if I had the time to watch these clips.
Right.
But talk about the O. The O stands for
overflow. This planet, like there's so much overflow available to us. And so many are playing small. What I have found in dentistry is the scarcity and lack runs deep. And I feel like insurances are a big part of that, because we've set up a system where then insurances are asking doctors, well, what does that cost? And then their self-worth, is so low. So on
diminished.
the frequency, right, scale from, fear and scarcity and lack being the bottom to joy, bliss, happiness, overflow, abundance being the top, they are really in a lower place. And then they wonder why they feel disconnected, they feel burnout, they're tired. And so my mission here is to bring them up. I call it the unicorn horn, because it's this color spiral as you move up it. And I'm like, let's check in like where you are and like shoot up that unicorn horn, because it's a decision. And we can all move, right? So it runs deep. There's work that needs to be done, but it all comes back to reconnecting with our vision, our dreams, our why, not the how, because the masculine's like, but how? I need to know strategy, system, blueprint, KPIs, more. Sorry, you failed. You didn't hit that mark, that goal this quarter, this year. And it's like, no, let's celebrate your success since you opened your doors. How much have you actually, collected gross to date? Let's celebrate life more. Let's tap into gratitude for what we have right now and remembering ourselves and stay tuned into ourselves, because patients also take a lot of our energy because they come in afraid, scared. And if you're already in a low place, I mean, you can just become zapped.
And day after day after day, and you forget there's an overflow. You forget there's on the other side of the knowing. I think the thing about it is too, Jessica, that, if you go through school and then you're in dental school and it's all about perfection and all these things, then you get the debt and all the things that weigh you down. You don't even realize you can make the choice. You are just so locked into it's almost like a gorilla in a cage, walking from one side to the other. Not many people are going to tap you on the shoulder like you're going to tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, there's a better way to do this.
Yeah, it is a cage. It's a jail. It's an old masculine paradigm that they are in. And when they realize there are no walls and that they are infinite beings and can do anything and create anything and overflow, because we are energy, money is energy. It follows your joy, when you are doing what you desire, the doors just open, like I was saying, and money follows that. But if you're just like, it's never enough, you're always looking at your bank account, there's never enough. And in that place, what we are viewing is a mirror outside of us, right? So we are seeing outside of us a projection of what's going on within us. That is our reality. So to look, if it's chaotic, you need to go within. The answers are within us always. And so I think also with the creator energy overflow is also that if you are being called to something else, because back to the old paradigm, I feel like a lot of women also, what I have found is just that, maybe their parents told them being a dentist would be a good idea. Or, maybe it wasn't their decision. And the thing is it's not who they are. It's not their identity. And they can be, do, and have anything. So that is creator, to take action. I did both. When I was a dentist practicing, I came back from an entrepreneurial summit that had lit the fire within.
Okay.
And I was like, I saw these people crossing the stage for 7 figures for a jump rope funnel. One had done a jump rope course for it made $1 million. I'm like, what in the world? If they can do that, I can do that too. And I came back and I got to work. I just dropped into my heart of what I was being called to do, created something, side by side. And that was my fun kind of side project. Well, obviously the universe had bigger plans, because as I continued to do that, I ended up having this dream that kind of quantum leaped me into this life so that I can serve at a greater capacity. But it's just amazing if you don't take those little breadcrumbs, those little seeds and follow them, you won't have these opportunities. They're there for you right now, all around. And this is why just to take that walk and look at the birds and listen and open your eyes to what is happening and drop in. I always say drop, like heart drop, right? Like out of your mind. You may have actually said that. You did at the Doom conference.
I get up there, I know what I'm saying, but yeah.
Because I always say that to get out of your head, this logic jail, like we're saying, this box where it's just you and your ego having a conversation, and your ego, it's like the barking dog. It's amazing, a great companion to keep you safe, and that's about it. But we allow it to dictate how we're running our days and running our lives when we really should be heart-led, because your heart is your true guidance system.
Yeah, but you have to, I think sometimes, especially when you're in the cage, if you will, you need someone to tell you, to help you see that there is a better world, a bigger place. And, a couple of things you said, Jessica, I do say this, like, I know that women will hear this, like, I'm just going to quit and I'm going to start. Don't quit your day job, right? I love how you started your leading women, especially, and finding their chi versus what you were doing. So you work that until you can see that this might be something that you could do full time, because it is hard to have two masters when you're doing big things. But it's possible. And a lot of us didn't even know. I say this on probably every freaking podcast. It's like, I didn't even know I could even have a vision until I was 42 or 43. And I went to a meeting similar to yours. I'm like, oh, I can think about what I want to do in the future instead of one foot in front of the other. Didn't even occur to me. And if we can grab them and their hearts and their minds earlier versus, when you're getting to be like my age. I mean, it's like, gosh, you look back on your life, and I know I'm going to look back and say it was a life well lived. It's heartbreaking when you hear people say, I hated my job, now I'm retired. I'm like, oh my God, that's so sad, because that was a big chunk of your life.
Yes, right? That's it.
And it doesn't mean that you have to quit clinical. It means you're going to bring some joy into it, right? I mean, that's the other thing.
To express yourself as back to the creator you are. And I love that you, like with the Do retreat, this is what dentistry needs. This is what I am also here to bring. And many of us now, fortunately, is stepping forward, because so much of the CE is micro. Let's go back into the micro, the little block of the mouth, and learn millimeters and this and this and this to get the CE to all of that. It's not expansive for the soul, which is something that I had always done while the minute I opened Sugar Fix Dental Office, my practice way back when, I was running next to LVI. I was like, okay, cosmetic, I'm running that track. I was at Tony Robbins Business Mastery. I was doing a track for personal growth and development, always next to my CE. And that's what I was called to. But I encourage anyone, if it's not a mentor, because many too, it's back to that, I don't know the investment and what will I get? And I need that strategy. And, you need to feel it. You need to be ready for that.
That's true.
Yes.
You can't push it down somebody, right?
No.
You can't push it. You have to kind of, there's got to be a little bit of a spark there. Yes. And then you could ignite it, right?
1000%. Because there's so much to unpack, right? With those old programs and everything we've been taught. So you can explode into this just like next dimension.
How many times have you been in a meeting when you've got somebody in the back that's just doing like this, and then all of a sudden something happens, and then they're your next big person on the stage, right? It's so funny.
Yes, it's so exciting. And then there are so many women I've met at conferences too that even walking out of the bathroom, I'll be having a conversation with someone, and they're like, I didn't know that was possible. Really? I can make their passion what they do every day anyway. They're like, I can do that too. Like, yes, you can.
Yeah.
And then they start doing it and they light up like a firefly. And then, like I said, their whole mission, kind of comes online, because I believe that we are here with like soul contracts of the things we're here to do and the people we're here to lead. We're all here to create a ripple in the universe and lead one another, whomever they are. And maybe for some, that's their patients, but they need to be fully online and happy and joyful to overflow to their patients, their teams, their families when they come home, not be, on empty.
Yeah, which is just, it's across the board. It's so, especially the hard times we've had with even following the pandemic, where I don't think we've recovered. Dentistry is not really necessarily recovered. And then the other thing that hits on with women, we love our guys. And I always say that, I love guys, but they're so laser focused. They can go to the office and do their thing, but they don't necessarily have to come home and spin 10 plates. Right. I mean, they might fix dinner, but I mean, who mentioned what they might want to have for dinner? And then, I love my husband, so amazing, but he sits there until I get off a phone call, like last night. It's like 6:30. He was going to make dinner, but he's waiting for me to get off the phone. I'm like, honey, you can like fry up the grilled cheese, and have the soup on the stove. But we still do so much, and we have so much on our shoulders. It's hard to ever find any time to dream.
Yes, right. Exactly. Which is my favorite thing in the entire world is, and I'm actually bringing it back, is vision casting. And I did this with
Love that.
women where we did workshops and we really hit every category deeply. So we drop an even breath to like reconnect and then go in and just dream. But first we look at the premise of what's in your way. Because so many women would come in and be stuck and say, I can't even think about it.
Am I allowed to think about it? Right.
Oh my goodness. But here's the fun piece of that too, is that when you give yourself that space and time to really, again, go inward and dream in to what does that look like for you? Again, it's in you, it's for you. It's got to be brought through you. The minute you think of it, it's already created. We're then stepping even into manifestation, because as you're raising your frequency while you're in there, and when we write, we know how much more powerful it is when we take a pen to paper. We're bringing that so much closer. And I've always known I was going to write a book, and I was assuming, and I still think it's probably out there somewhere, that I was going to write a book about the number of miraculous serendipities that have happened in my life are mind-bending. And so exciting. And I might actually get on Instagram and start sharing some of them so that women out there can see what's possible and what can happen.
Yeah.
Are open to them. But then, like I said, the other books, I had stepped out of dentistry a little bit and into like having CEO with female entrepreneurs. And then the universe, God, source, consciousness was like, girl, the books were like, boom, channeled through me. I was like, get yourself back. You are here for the women, for dentistry. And so,
I love that. I hear that a lot, though, Jessica. I mean, dentistry is such a special place. And one of the reasons I started to also was I was sad that all these amazing women were leaving dentistry because they're smart, they love beauty, all the beautiful things about our profession. And we don't want to lose them, right?
No.
And so cool that you're coming back, because that happens so often, because you get to work with women that are really sharp. They, again, love beauty. And obviously you love beauty. You show up beautiful. And you got a pink refrigerator and you got your happy earrings on. And I mean, I want to live where you're living right now. I'm in my New York penthouse, as you can see, but I love that you are sharing those gifts. And again, let me go back to your strengths again. Okay, so futuristic. I'm going to read this. This is so cute. I don't know if you got one of these. You're imaginative, creative, a visionary, even prophetic and inspiring. So again, when I read that about you, you should be leading a group of happy CEOs. And maximizer. I love that. Mastery, success, driven to excellence, coaching mentality, focuses on strengths, enjoys working with the best, helping them to be the best.
Yes.
Now you have to go back and read The Basement. I'm not going to go there. Sometimes I call bullshit on The Basement, but a lot of times I see it. But then activator, I'm activator, it's number 2. That's why I started I hung the phone up and I said, damn it, I'm just going to start another magazine. I don't know what it's going to take. Say yes. The energy you bring around it, right?
Yep.
Self-starter, lights the fuse, quick decider, gets things started, high energy. Again, everything you're doing right now, you are living your strengths. Positivity. I mean, you come in the room and there's like an aura around you. There's this glow of positivity. And of course, you've got smiley face earrings on, and you are like totally living that and declaring it to the world.
Yes.
And then your last is strategic, which I did get my 34. So I just leaned into my top 5 strengths, because when you're taking strengths, and it's Gallup Strength Fighters 2.0, I just got the top 5 for 15 years. And I didn't like them at first, but then I dipped in. I did a program about strengths, and I love my top 5. Dipped into those. Then I got the 34 about 2.5 years ago. And I was telling you, we did give everybody their 34. Actually, in the first time, I felt so strongly about it that I actually bought everybody's 34 at one of the retreats. I'm like, what, am I crazy? I'm like, hello? I don't know, but I did, because I wanted to have it so badly.
Yeah.
But the 34, it was just kind of fun to see where my dead last was. So that was cool. And number 6, I enjoyed number 6 because it was achiever. And I felt somewhere I had to be an achiever, because I do check things off the box. So that was kind of fun. But my point is, I just leaned into my top 5 and I just loved on them. And I looked for those opportunities, as principle number 1, that built on my God-given talents, my strengths, my universe talents. The strengths are, because the assessment is so deep into science and, 43 years of scientific analytics, that it doesn't lie. And it is what gives you joy, what's easy to do. You feel like you're right. I know you feel like you're living your strengths. And this is ease. And that all lines up. Exactly what you're doing.
And that's a gift for you to bring this to people, because when we're wobbly is when we don't feel like we're in the right spot. But like alignment, like you said, you just check. Once you're playing with those 5, you're in alignment, you're in the right place. Like you said, the God-given gifts, DNA, codes, whatever you want to call them, they are your gifts. And so if you lean into those, there's no way you can go wrong. Right?
Yeah, it gives you so much confidence.
Amplify.
And it gives you the confidence that you can do it. And now individualization is my dead last. And so that's a good gift buyer. I'm a lousy gift buyer. If you ask my kids, they'll tell you that. It gave me like, okay, well, I don't have to worry about it because I'm just not that good at it. So tell me what you want and I'll buy it for you, or I'll get it for you.
I should do all of them.
Yeah, well, you don't do them all again. It's all there. So again, don't take it again. This is you. I guarantee you this top 5. It's just fun. You just go to Gallup and then you get your 34th. I think another $49 or something like that. I don't know. They charge for it. Big time now. So that's all you need to do. And then when you get those, just text me about your dead last. We'll have fun talking about it.
I wonder what that is.
Well, a lot of the deuce empathy is the dead last. I'll tell you that. So I don't know.
I feel like I'm deeply empathic.
I think you are deeply
feel
empathic.
Energy.
Yes, you're a definite empath. I can tell.
And that's why even with dentistry, I feel the pain in it.
Oh, yeah. That would be so tough if you're an empath and you're in dentistry.
But collectively, I feel like collectively, which is why I'm like, okay, if this is my mission, whoa, but each one of us coming together and just hopefully, like I said, is going to help. We already are creating those shifts with women that are waking up.
And that's another cool thing about knowing your team's strengths, which you brought, and thank you for bringing your team to do, because you do want to work with women. My team, for instance, Carla, who has just really helped me so much, director of ops, brilliant. Her strengths are totally different than mine. And so you do want to work with people. I don't necessarily need another me. I need somebody that can bring something to the table. Like I could use somebody with strategy. There's 4 domains. So I don't know if you got that. We used to do more of a really deep strengths talk, but then we did it every year. And you know how that goes. You're like, I've seen that a million times. But it is on our website, one of the learning crews. But the 4 domains are executing, influencing, relationship building, and strategic thinking. And so you actually have them in every category, but
I'm more of an influencer visionary. Like I love being in the clouds. I love creating. I mean, I can come up with but I'd rather hand that strategy. So I'm like, okay, I can see it, but I'm like, here you go. Someone else.
Yeah, that's your futuristic. I mean, that's such a great one to have. You're always looking at the future. I mean, with Maximizer, and then you're like, okay, how can I maximize this next step? Because you're going to start it. And that's principle number 9 is start and don't stop. How often do you see this with your coaching partners or your mentees? They start, but they stop too soon.
Yes.
And sometimes you have to remind yourself of why, which I love that you're doing that so beautifully. And just,
I have a fire I keep under them.
You keep fanning it too, right? You
Once
just keep
they
fanning
plug
it.
in, it's like calibrate, because this is the other powerful part about women coming together is when you plug in and you stay plugged in, you calibrate to the other women. So allow women, even if you're not feeling it, to carry you. You will start to feel differently. Just allow it. Allow it. Right?
Yes.
And go it slow. Like it will change your life. I could not be not plugged into containers of women that are doing really just big things. It would be really lonely.
But also you need to have women that are going to champion you, to speak kindly about you when you're not in the room. I mean, those are due principles that, like, I think that's one of the things that makes us special is that everybody's there to help everybody else. And if you're not, honestly, I always say you're not going to stay for dessert. You might just come in for appetizers, but you won't stay for the whole shebang and come back next year, which is our 10th anniversary next year.
Wow.
And I know. 10th anniversary started our 8th retreat, but 10th anniversary. That's the day I hung up the phone. And since then, this is what's happened is because amazing women like you, come through the door. What else did your team think about the retreat? I know you brought 2 women with you, I think, right?
Yes, I brought 2 women that are actually, I'm working with them.
Okay.
And they are powerful women in dentistry, dentists that are now also leaning into their strengths, their passions. One is creating retreats for women. There's one at the Miraval, like coming up here soon. The doctor's all in, which is going to be really exciting. She's a surgeon.
Wow.
Yes. And then the other fitness has been, I saw her body. I was sitting behind her in the lecture and I'm like, girl, got some guns.
Yeah. What's your secret?
Exactly. And I had just done an NPC bodybuilding competition myself, which is just crazy to even that I did that. But yes, just a goal, right? Let's check it off the list.
Oh, you have Achiever and you're number 6. I'm telling you, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be in there. And so she's coaching women in dentistry for health and fitness and hormones and all kinds of amazing things. So we are multifaceted. All of us, I do feel like, have something, even with other dentists too, and helping them even niche. It's like they just really, really love one thing. It's like, let's do more of that, and bring that online because it lights them up.
Yeah.
So what is that thing? But they absolutely loved it. It's spreading like wildfire. As you know, I don't know if back when, maybe I thought it was for hygiene or what have you, but it was absolutely so incredible. It was like the highlight of my year and coming back in, and the faces I had seen that I spoke on stages with years ago. It was like since quarantine, I feel like I've been a little like offline. It was so amazing. Just even walking into the lobby, it was like
fun. I'm so happy. I'm so glad. But you've been like, people have looked up to you. You are leading the fray, honestly, and you're one of the leaders in dentistry, and women look up to you. So, what's your magic sauce? And you're sharing it, which I love, because I think there's nothing like opening up the creativity, the energy, and the overflow of women.
Love. Like, let's come back to heart-centered.
Yeah.
Love is what makes the world go round. And that's just, we are love, walking embodiments of love. So like, if you can just continue to tap back into that, knowing that you have infinite potential, there are infinite possibilities, recheck, breathe into that, right? And just find your people. We aren't supposed to go alone.
That's so true. What's your next thing that you're having, and how can we support you in that?
Well, I'm so excited. As I mentioned, the books that I wrote, they wrote me. My hands were just, I don't even type. I never took typing. My fingers were just like, psh.
Wow.
So I have the 2 books that came out, the Dental Freedom Method. So these are
Dental Freedom Method. And
and then it bridges to the Dental Frequency Formula.
And
that's
wow.
Coherence and frequency. They're small, digestible, bite-sized reads. And I always say, just listen with a coffee, like sit in a really quiet space. Whether your logic understands, your heart and soul will. I promise you they will. So through them, they always say the best things happen on the back end of a masterpiece. Well, those came through. And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, I got the programs of what I want to build. So like, I am coming back in. I now understand why I had to step away. Like I said, just a little bit, right? Went to the entrepreneurial, started flying, is that I was reinventing myself to rise like the phoenix. Now it went into the chrysalis, went into the goo.
Okay.
Because Dental Soiree was always the branding, teaching people social media and all of that. And in today's world, we've moved so fast and furious, as we know, in AI and all of that, that it really does matter with people coming to posting. And we're going to come back and have this conversation for people, for social media, and how this works today. It carries a frequency, and why dentists can actually post less, but should be really the ones behind connecting with their ideal patients. Anyways, coming back in, personal development is something I've always wanted to bring to dentistry. Always.
Yeah.
And so now with the books, I created 2 basically annual containers. One is in the op, and it's Dental Frequency Business School, what you did not learn in dental school.
Okay.
Feminine energetics and how women can lead. We'll be covering everything on the ground, from sales to business to like all of it. Team training, money, beliefs, everything. And then out of the op. So I have a launch lab, and so those are high touch mentorship. I can help anyone build anything in the online space. And then my container that I am so excited about is going to be called The League, and it's for all women, and it's going to be an advanced manifestation, self-realization, identity. I'm bringing my vision workshop back. It's a 2-hour monthly call where together I guide everybody through, and they build on their journal or life book, if you will. And it's just a beautiful thing. I did that for 2 years in dentistry 2 years ago, and it really did impact the women that were in the room. And they've been asking to bring it back, so I'm excited.
That's awesome. And especially for it's never too early to start this, right? So, I mean, if you're young and you're just getting out of dental school, you're in the muck of it all. I mean, can you imagine if you started this after you graduated and you have these skills and you could think about life, especially if you come out with a DDS or a DMD? I mean, the world's your oyster. What do you want to do with that, right?
Yes.
Wow.
And I wish we could reach every younger person. I mean, that is really where because they come out and they think they know everything and they can do everything. And yet they're in so much debt and they're in so much fear, really, whether they want to admit it or not. There's so much fear in that. I've seen it. And then, and they start running, 38 patients a day. I'm like, no nervous system should be working like this because they're lower. They're like, well, I have to work like this because I'm fresh out and not get paid X. And I just wish they would lock arms and invest in a mentor or find somebody that is one chapter ahead. This is why I say to all women and dentists in particular, I'm like, you should all be a mentor or a coach, like if you feel called, because then their logic says, but no, I couldn't do that. Of course you can. It's your knowledge, it's your wisdom, it's your experience. One chapter ahead to guide and put your hand out to grab the hand of someone that's younger to be able to pull them up and help them. We are here. It's not in books. It's not in logic. We're here to help one another.
Yeah.
Move
I
forward.
love that one chapter ahead. Oh my gosh.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. And you're just so hopeful and you're like, and the energy will follow, the love will follow, all of that, all the abundance, all of those
people,
and it will.
connections,
I know.
everything.
I know.
It's like the more we can amplify, the more women that have a voice, because other than imagination, right? The next thing is our voice, the power of getting on stages, starting a podcast. The more you can social media, get your voice out to other women to create impact from your heart and your inner wisdom to be a guide.
Yeah.
This is what we're here for.
And we're just getting started. There is so much room to grow. Everyone that's listening to this today, and thank you so much for being with me today, Jessica. I honestly can't stop smiling. It's the positivity, like I have it too, but I mean, it's just like, it's beautiful to get to know you better and to know your vision, your mission. And we're here to amplify you. So how do we get in touch with you if anybody's interested? And after we get the follow-up here, how do we get in touch with you?
The best way, I mean, I live on Instagram. Yeah. I have 3 accounts. Dr. Jessica Emery is my main account, my personal account. Then I have Dental Soiree and Dental Girl Gang. I am running the 3 accounts at all times. And anywhere you drop into the DMs, I will find you. And I welcome, if any woman out there is nothing, and I mean nothing off the table ever. Do not overthink it. Overthinking overdoes it. If something drops in, please, in complete transparency, just drop in. I'd be happy to help with anything. I don't want to see any women in pain and suffering.
Yeah. We'll pull you out. We're going to get you to the next chapter. Yeah. We're going to make you, have you turn that page, and it's going to be easy. It's not going to be that difficult because you'll help them and guide them. So thank you so much. This has been a delight. And I will see you. You're not that far. So I'll be knocking on your door pretty soon, I'm sure. All right, darling. Thank you so much. You bet. And remember, everybody, if you're listening, to keep doing you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Just Do It podcast, hosted by Anne Duffy. To learn more about dental entrepreneur women, to share your story, or to join the movement, please visit our website, do.life. That is DEW.life. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcasting app to make sure you don't miss an episode. And in the meantime, keep doing you.